Alright, so let's take a look at this question. It's quite a big one on elasticity. So it says a student changed the force applied to a spring by adding weights. The figure below shows a graph of her results. Write down the equation that links the force applied and the extension for a spring. Now you could look at the formula sheet for this, or if you can remember it, you can write that force equals spring constant multiplied by extension, or in other words, F equals KE in simple form. Now it says identify the pattern shown in the figure above and explain your answer. So you can see here for force against extension, force on the y-axis and extension on the x-axis, the pattern is a straight line that goes through the origin. So that is an indication that they are directly proportional to each other. So for the 2 marks, I'm going to say force is directly proportional to the extension as the graph shows a straight line going through the origin. Cool. Now it says give one way the student could improve her investigation. So what we can see here is that she's taken maybe 1, 2, 3 different measurements and 4, one at the bottom there for 0, 4. So she's only taken 4 measurements. That's not a lot. So you'd say what you want to do is to carry out more experiments or change or do this, for a wider variety of other forces or using different springs. So I would say take more measurements at different loads. So load referring to the force applied. Now it says describe the relationship between work done and elastic potential energy in stretching a spring. So this is for 2 marks. So really with energy, we've seen before energy transferred equals work done. So when you stretch a spring, its elastic potential energy will increase. But also it means at the same time you're doing more work to stretch the spring. So really they are equal to each other. So my first mark is that work done is equal to the elastic potential energy when stretching a spring. Now for the second mark, we're going to have to talk about the condition where that might actually change. So this is all normal and equal when you're stretching the spring, but eventually it will become a point where you reach the elastic limit, we call it, of the spring, or limit of proportionality, where the force and extension are no longer directly proportional. So from that point, this relationship will change. So we need to highlight that this is the case. So work done is equal to the elastic potential energy when stretching a spring, as long as the spring stays within its limit of proportionality. So 2 marks there. The next question says draw a line on the figure above to show the